What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So as you guys know, the new iPhones are actually going to be coming out tomorrow. Well, they're actually going to be announced, so we're going to be able to pick them up eventually. But this iPhone season was completely weird because we had so many different leaks and so many different misdirections and good directions that it was literally a year of being all over the place. But based off everything we know, it's pretty clear what these new iPhones are going to be. So based off what everyone's been saying, what I've been saying, mostly 99% of what everyone else has been saying though, I'm going to kind of compile what I think these new iPhones are going to be. I mean, definitely it's going to be pretty apparent. They're definitely not bringing crazy new things, but I definitely do think it's a pretty decent upgrade. So overall, obviously it's going to be faster, it's going to be better, it's going to be whatever. That's obviously going to happen. So they're going to be bringing the A13 chip, an extra gig or two of RAM for each model. So that's going to be a huge upgrade in and of itself. But another thing that a lot of people don't know about, I mean, I'm pretty sure the pricing structure is going to be the same as well for these new iPhones. The older iPhones are going to be cheaper, but for these new ones, I'm pretty sure the prices are going to be the same. So the base model of the iPhone 11 is going to be $749, then $999 for the iPhone 11, and then $1099 for the iPhone 11 Max or 11 Pro Max. And another thing, I think for the storage variants, for the 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, I think those are going to be 128 gigs. So I don't think those are going to be 64 gigs anymore, but I do think the base model of the iPhone 11 will still have that 64 gig option or that variant. So for the higher end models, we are getting an extra storage variant, I guess, but there's no 64 gig variant. I don't think so for the Pro and the Pro Max. But with the iPhone 11, it's still going to have the same storage options as the iPhone 10R, in my opinion. So we're going to have 64, then 128, then 256 gig options. So it's going to be exactly the same as the iPhone 10R, in my opinion. Now the naming, just like I already said, it's probably going to be iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro, and then the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Based off everything that we've seen, now it could be iPhone 11R, but I don't know. Based on what everyone's been saying, I don't think so. I kind of believe that it's going to be the iPhone 11, the 11 Pro, and then the 11 Pro Max eventually. And also based off what we've been seeing, the Apple logo could be centered, and what this could mean is, and I heard somebody say, I don't remember who, but it was a really good analogy. If this were to happen, it could potentially mean that the new iPhones could possibly bring reverse wireless charging. And what this could mean is that with that Apple logo centered, it could kind of be a placeholder for you to kind of remember where to put your specific device in order for it to charge. And I think that's a really good example. So there could be a little bit of use for that. So in my opinion, I could totally see that happening. So it could potentially bring reverse wireless charging, in my opinion. That's a feature that I could see happening for these new iPhones. And I think that's going to be for all new variants of the iPhones. And also on all the iPhones, there's supposed to be bigger batteries on them. But here's the thing. The biggest change based off these rumors is going to happen to the 11 Pro, which is technically in a smaller body than the 11. So I don't understand why they couldn't put a bigger battery on the 11. But we don't really know yet because it hasn't really been developed yet. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But in terms of the front, they're all pretty much going to look exactly the same as the previous models. I don't think we're going to be getting dual camera setups or anything on the fronts. So if you're looking at all the phones on the front, they're going to be exactly the same, and the screen resolutions are going to be the same from the previous models to their new ones. So no changes there. I don't think we're going to get an OLED on the iPhone 11, which is the iPhone 10R successor. So I don't think there's going to be anything crazy there. So if you're looking at all the iPhones from the front, from their successors to their predecessors, I don't think you're going to notice that crazy of a difference. However, on the back, like we've been pretty much seeing, this is the first rumor that ever came up, and this is probably the most prominent. All iPhones on the back will have better camera setups. So even on the base model of the iPhone 11, we're going to get a dual camera setup potentially for that model. But then with the newer iPhones, the 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, we could have a triple camera setup. And I say could because people don't know if it's going to have a triple camera setup or a quad camera setup. It's kind of going both ways. So we really don't know yet, but we'll kind of figure it out at tomorrow. But if I had to say it, a triple camera setup for the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max, but a dual camera setup for the iPhone 11. There could be some new color variants for the iPhone 11 as well, but for the 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, I would probably say that there's not going to be that crazy of a difference between them. I think there's going to be pretty much the same color schemes as the previous models. Also, no USB Type-C, I don't think. I think they're definitely going to stick with the Lightning charging ports for all of them. They just make so much money off of them, and now they're selling USB Type-C and also Lightning ports. They're just making a killing off those one specific ports. And also, the AirPods still use Lightning, so unless the AirPods with the AirPods 3, if those ever get announced, those would probably end up still using Lightning. So it just kind of makes more sense for them to kind of stick in that. So I don't think these iPhones are going to bring USB Type-C. And that's pretty much the major things that are going to change. There's probably going to be some software improvements as well in the camera department. So there might be new settings here and there to take advantage of that triple camera setup. But overall, these are the thoughts. These are what I'm kind of thinking about. There's obviously going to be new things improved as well. But as of right now, this is kind of what I'm saying based off the rumors that have been circulating for so long. So if you guys have anything else to add, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button. That would mean so much. But definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count. So it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.